So welcome to everybody. I'm here in Vila Govinda just with a few words today, and the few words today is, for many there's a preparation. Just now, in fact, 1 minute ago from here, devotees have started on their journey. They're prepared and preparing themselves for their journey to Navadip and to Jagannath Puri and to other places, for some of them other places in India also. They're going on pilgrimage, and the purpose of the pilgrimage is to go to be in the association of devotees, and in the association of devotees who can share the heart and teaching and the connection of Srila Gurudev, Srila Guru Maharaj, the connection to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and his golden gift that is such a treasure, which is that of the chanting of the holy names of the Lord, to bring us to the land of divine love, Krishna Prema, love of God. Any procedure which can help us to come closer to love of God, there can be no complaint about that in the environment. And so devotees coming together in an environment of affection, in an environment of the unity, of the desire to engage in the activities, the practices that have been advised by Gurudev, by Guru Maharaj, by Srila Prabhupada, by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and by our Rupanuga Guru Varga. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the great reformer in the modern age, who has re-established the purity of Mahaprabhu's teachings. Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj, who carries that main current on from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj, who carries that current on from Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Sridhar Maharaj. So their guidance in all matters is extremely valuable, because this is the guidance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu coming through his pure devotees. So one prerequisite, if you like, coming to the Holy Dham, we're always reminding devotees when they arrive, please learn the 10 offences to the Holy Dham and avoid them. Just as when we come to chant Hare Krishna, we are told to learn the 10 offences to the holy name and avoid them. So coming to the Holy Dham, we should be careful about our conduct. And presently we may come to find out that actually everywhere where there are devotees is the Holy Dham, and of course the Paramahamsa sees holiness, purity, Krishna's hand behind everything. So today we just got a gentle revision of the 10 offences to the Holy Dham, and we've asked the devotees to please, in preparation for arriving, learn these 10 offences. Put the mentality in the opposite of that offense, and live safely and happily within the Holy Dham. So, one is to be disrespectful of the Guru, who is the revealer of the Dham. Number 2 is to consider that the Holy Dham is temporary. It is permanent embassy, permanent manifestation of the Lord's pastimes here. And then number 3 is about our attitude towards the residents of the Dham and towards the visitors to the Holy Dham. So 3A and B, we generally say to help us understand, to remember. 3A, aggression, not to be aggressive to any of the residents of the Holy Dham, or to think that they are ordinary. And similarly, not to be aggressive to any visitors to the Holy Dham, or to think that they are ordinary. And then 4 and 5. 4 is to do mundane activities, mundane things, mundane activities within the Holy Dham. We should keep 24 hours a day our spiritual focus. And 5 is to do business in the Holy Dham. To see the Holy Dham is a place that we can make money by doing whatever it may be, but making business with the Holy Dham, with the holy name, etc., etc. So that's 5 and 6. And then 7 as with the holy name, is sin, to engage in sinful activities in the holy Dham, thinking that, we are in a holy place, I will be absolved. And then 8, so we missed out 6, so that's 4 and 5 were mundane activities, and then 5 is business. 6 is A, B, and C, and that is A, to consider that the holy Dham is a province, like a material area of the world, such as Bengal or Uttar Pradesh or Orissa. To think that the holy Dham is in a province, it is a physical place. And also B, 6b, is to consider that holy places associated with the Devas, of which there are many in India, that the places of Krishna's pastimes and Krishna's holy places, to consider that they are on the same level. The Devas are within the universe, maybe pious, maybe so many materially auspicious things related to their holy Dhams. But the holy places of Krishna's pastimes are related to Vaikuntha and beyond, means the purely spiritual world of pure dedication. So 6a is to consider that the Dham is a province, is in a province. B is to consider the Dham of Vishnu is similar to the holy places associated with the Devas. And 6c is to try to measure in kilometers or miles or whatever it is, the holy Dham. It is immeasurable. In fact, we are told that all the Vaikuntha planets are within one corner of Vrindavan Dham. And we read similar descriptions given in the Navadip Dham Mahatmya about Navadip Dham. So we cannot measure the holy Dham. So to try to measure it is also offensive on our behalf. The 7th offense against the holy Dham is to commit sinful activities in the Dham, and which is almost, we can say, self-explanatory. And mundane activity is mundane activity. Sinful activity, yes, is more than mundane, it is sinful activity. And then 8th is to consider that Vrindavan Dham and Navadip Dham are different. As Srila Guru Maharaj says, they're 2 rooms of the same topmost place of the Vaikuntha world. 2 rooms, same, and only that in Navadip Dham, magnanimity is added this way. So they're the 2 rooms in the highest quarter of the topmost land, and where the pure devotees who see Navadip Dham in truth, they also are seeing Vrindavan Dham. The Vrindavan Dham is there. And so that's number 7, 8. And then number 9 is, quick check, Shastra, to disregard the scriptures that are revealing the holy Dhams to us, naturally. And then number 10, to consider the glories of the Dham are imaginary, or to be faithless, to have no faith in the holy Dham. So all of these combined together make the 10 offenses to the holy Dham, some with A and B. We've got the 3rd offense, A and B, 6th offense, A, B, and C, and the 10th offense, A and B. So this way we are trying to encourage devotees not only revise these before going to the holy places, but in our dealings we should understand that there is nowhere where Krishna is not. So in all of our dealings in the world, we should try to remember we are in Krishna's land, in his manifestation, and we should not break the rules of the holy Dham just because we feel we are not actually within the Dham. We took a plane, took a train, etc. in the Dham physically. And especially in the temples, in the ashrams, in the places where the devotees are gathering around the world, in the company of the devotees, we shall always be careful to, as the English expression goes, mind our P's and Q's. An expression I haven't heard for a long time. Maybe it's not still used, I don't know. But it means we must be conscious and be careful about our conduct. And then to come on to the conduct, then of course we've got the very basis and understanding of how to be successful in spiritual life. And this is coming from the Sri Upadeshamritam. And so Upadeshamritam, we've got 11 verses. The last 3 verses are focusing on the gradation of the people, the places, and the topmost acme of everything of people and places, given in verse by verse by verse 9, 10 and 11. But the verses 1 to 8 are all directions for our conduct, from A to Z, A to Z for Americans, but giving us how to behave, and how to behave always, so that our devotional life will grow, and that we'll be careful about the weeds and all other things which may come to harm our devotional creeper. So the 10 offenses to the Dham, of course the 10 offenses to the holy name, and then we've got the first 8 verses of the Upadeshamritam by Rupa Goswami, where he's telling us that in the first verse, our senses, the 6 senses to control, our desire to talk and just say anything and everything, our mind, we've got to keep our mind under control, our mood of anger, to keep anger under control, and then to control our tongue for taste, to taste this and taste that, our belly for wanting more and more and desire to eat even when unnecessary, and the genitals from unrestricted contact with the opposite sex. And so these 6 items have been given as the basis for us to be able to teach others in this world. If we can control these 6 senses, then we're able to teach others in a substantial way. We must practice what we preach, as it were. Then Rupa Goswami is given the 6 things which will destroy our devotional service. And the word here, it's not just unfavorable, but this vinashyati word is used. 6 items which will vinashyati, destroy our devotional life. So that is eating more than necessary, or accumulating more funds than necessary. We need to have faith in the future. Krishna will give our next meal, Krishna will give our next income, the necessities for living. So eating more than necessary, or collecting more funds than necessary. And the second is over-endeavoring for mundane things which are difficult to attain. Everybody must do something. We do something, and what will come, that we accept, that's what's due to come to us. But to strive and strive harder and harder for things which are difficult to obtain, we should avoid doing. So that's number 2. Number 3 is talking unnecessarily about mundane things. And essentially we want to keep always Krishna-centered conversation. And of course you have to know about some mundane matters about when there is a strike, etc. So it's not out of the devotional scheme to ask about, well, do the trains run today? We have to go for a flight or a program, whatever it may be. So keeping our talking in the channel of Krishna consciousness, and not to get caught into gramya katha, which are just simply talks which have no lasting value, which are just about topics about other people, topics about sport, politics, whatever it may be. And then the 4th one has 2 sides to it, like A and B. One is to be too adherent to the rules and regulations given in the scripture, so that becomes everything. The ritual becomes all in all. But at the same time, the opposite of that is to be too neglectful of the guidance that's been given in the scripture for our conduct, the mantras, etc., etc. So that is the 4th offense. The 5th offense is to associate with worldly-minded people. And again, you have to go to a shop When you have to go to a shop and you're going to meet people who we can say they are worldly minded persons. But there is a difference between that where we have some necessity and the difference between, oh yes, looking up to them, they're our friend, and having, casual conversation with the worldly minded section. We will get their qualities. If we are with the sadhus, we get the sadhu qualities. If we're with the worldly minded persons, we get the worldly minded qualities. And the sixth of the six is, being greedy for mundane things. So you may not be able to have them, but you are looking that you want this. Wouldn't it be wonderful to have whatever it may be. Sometimes we just say a Ferrari or something instead of a simple car, or using the bus. That I wish I had a Ferrari. Like just looking to those things. You could say lusting after mundane things. So those two verses have given us the 6 senses to control and the 6 things to avoid, which these 6 items will destroy our devotional service. We are in much danger. And then we've got the 6 favorable items, and then I understand now. I was thinking just to go over the 10 offenses and the basics of the Upadeshamritam, like as a foundation, but I understand it's going to be too long to say everything, even briefly. But at least we'll say the 6 favorable activities which will nourish our devotional life. And that is, number 1, to be enthusiastic in our devotional life. As Guru Maharaj says, not to keep a feeble fire. We'll be enthusiastic. We'll be confident we are doing the right thing. We're going in the right direction. I have the shelter which truly is bringing me to a beautiful place. I just have to be confident, is 2. And 3, to be patient. Not that we can jump immediately to the very highest quarter of Vaikuntha, which is practically like a dream, like something very fantastic to those who live in Vaikuntha. That is to jump straight to Goloka Vrindavan. So we must be patient. The greatest thing is there. So we must be patient. So to be enthusiastic, to be confident, to be patient. And then the 4th is to follow the processes that have been advised for devotional life. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, etc. So it's not that we neglect everything and we just do whatever we want, but there are processes. And so to follow those processes that have been given to us. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada, they've given us really very extensive guidance about what that means in this modern day and age. So we chant Hare Krishna, we engage in the arti, we offer our food before we take it, we honor prasadam, we associate favorably with devotees. We follow all these directives that have been given. We don't criticize anyone. This matter, all of these things we have to take into account in the very process of our devotional life. Then number 5, abandoning the association of non-devotees. So that's very similar to what will destroy our devotional life, is associating with mundane people, in an intimate way especially. And what here is the emphasis, that in the don't, the things which will destroy our life, is to associate with the mundane persons in such ways. And then here in the positive things is the resolve to abandon mundane association. So in a way that's double emphasis on such a resolution, if you like. And then the last of the 6 favorable items is to follow the guidance, follow in the footsteps of the great acharyas. They've given us our guidance, and hence we've got that one channel of Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat that Srila Gurudev would like to say, and that is that channel of Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, up to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And of course, we say that it means Srila Bhakti Sundar Govindadev Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rokhok Sridharadev Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, this channel. And this has been given to us too by Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who considered Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Shri Maharaj, to be his Siksha Guru. So, this is in a short way some foundation. We are reminded of these teachings, and of course, as I said, there are the first 8 verses of Upadeshamritam, so that giving us guidance. So there are another 5 verses to go. So it's all available on the internet. Go to vedabase.io, and then you see Nectar of Instruction. This is the title of the English translation of these Upadeshamritam. So the first 8 verses of Upadeshamritam are very important for us. So we are being reminded about these verses and the offences to the Dham and the offences to the holy name at this time, especially with the devotees going to the holy dhams, the holy places. So some revision of our conduct, of our mental state, of how we will behave, how we will not only behave, but how we will approach from inside to outside. And this third offense of the holy dham, not to be aggressive to any residents of the dham or any visitors. This is very important for us all. This is in this realm. And also not to think them ordinary, either the residents or the visitors who come to the dham. So we must always have appreciation and honor for everybody. And in the dham, outside the dham, everywhere, Krishna is everywhere. And we want to maintain carefully our devotional lives, and we must give honor to everyone. But if we find that we're getting into some situation where there are unfortunate discussions and things taking place, we bow out. We can't change anybody, but we can leave that association and happily continue in the association of those like Gurudev, who always saw the good side, the devotional side of everyone, and gave encouragement there. And Gurudev, he's teaching us all how to behave and how to harmonize in the world for our safe devotional journey to Goloka Vrindavan. So, little revision for those who are on pilgrimage and going to be on pilgrimage very soon, but it's a revision for us all, because all of these factors that we've mentioned today about the offences to the dham and the guidance given by Rupa Goswami in Upadeshamritam, all this is for us all the time. And so this combined with the sadhana, again, following the guidance of the great souls who've gone before, they've given us our sadhana, our practicing life. And if we are sincere, then we will try to be sincere in our practicing life and not just think, oh, everything will be all right if I'm just blend in the material world with the, and they have the spiritual thing on the side. But really we have to come to nourish our spiritual side, so our material life becomes part of everything that we do. It becomes what we do. And then our mundane duties that are apparently mundane, they're transformed into spiritual activities through the devotional conscious connection. Krishna conscious. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whom everything has come. Just read the books, read Chaitanya Charitamrita every day, from the very beginning. Read Srila Gurudev, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada's books. We surely must understand there is God. The Supreme Lord is Krishna, the origin of all the forms, his own forms. He manifests himself in many ways. And that original form is that where beauty, sweetness, charm, harmony, all these wonderful things are there, overflowing. And everybody in his association is full of selfless, loving, devotional mood. So we pray to get the grace of those residents of that plane. That means Srila Gurudev, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, and Bhagavan Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, our Sri Rupanuga Guru Vaga, and of course headed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, Krishna Balaram themselves. All right, I don't know how long I lasted, but I have to continue, a little bit long, excuse me, more than 15 minutes. But it's some good revision for us, and we shall try to become very familiar, after revising, very familiar with these 10 offenses and with the Upadeshamrita. Jai to our wonderful masters, Srila Gurudev, Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada, all the Sri Rupanuga Guru Vaga, Ki Jai, and Jai to all of the devotees worldwide. Bancha kalpatarubhyascha, kripa sindhuvya evacha, patitanam pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Happily with you. We'll meet again soon. Hare Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Garadhara Srivas Adi Gaura Bhaktarinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.